Hi guys, my name is Adrian, and in this video I wanted to share with you a lesson I've learned about how to actually improve your art. Before I get into it, I just want to say a little bit about this painting. This is my OC. Her name is Mercedes. She is a character in a story I am writing and hope to one day publish. I did my initial drawing on my Galaxy tablet and then moved it over to my PC and put in a few colors to get the idea for the color palette, and now I will be fully rendering it out. Anyway, moving on to my main topic. I am an amateur artist. I am no one special. I didn't go to art school, and I am not a professional. I'm just another person who likes to draw and wants to get as good as I can. Maybe that is something you can relate to. So the biggest lesson I have learned is the importance and the significance of intentionality. That's it. Just one word, intent or intentionality. Of course, I'll elaborate, but without saying anything else, that is really it. It is key. I hope that my status as an amateur artist doesn't devalue my point here. Without intent, you will not improve, no matter how much you practice. So what is intentionality in this context? It is specifically committing to some of your time and attention to studying and practicing in order to improve. Do you ever go into a forum or a Facebook page for artists and see someone asking, "How do I get better?" and people just reply, "Get good," or "Practice"? That's really a terrible answer, and I've kind of always thought it was a cop-out. I also kind of thought it was a bit of a dick thing to say, but that's neither here nor there. But take this to heart and remember it, please, because just practicing a lot, thinking that that's how you're going to get better, is not how you improve. It's how you actually plateau. The reason is because without intent to improve, all of that practice is going to be you practicing what you already know. If you keep practicing and doing something wrong, you'll get really good at doing it wrong, the way you've always done it, but it's still going to be wrong. An old teacher of mine told me once that practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Before you say it, yes, I recognize that art is subjective. That's not the point here. I'm not here to debate that at all. Now, that being said, I've spent a minute telling you that just practicing a lot does not do you any good. Now I'll tell you how to practice with intent. At least what's worked for me. The first thing you need to do is have the right mindset and be open to criticism. Constructive criticism. This is the hardest part, honestly. We pour hours of time and energy into our art. It is a big personal investment, and some of us can get defensive over criticism. I won't beat around the bush anymore, though. You have to get over it and seek out your weaknesses. The goal is to figure out where you need to improve. Literally ask yourself, what do I suck at the most? And then seek the answer to that question. And you need to do it honestly, because the whole point is to figure out what you're bad at so you can put in the effort and intentionally try to get better specifically at what you're bad at. It could be sketching, it could be line art, it could be value, color theory, lighting, anatomy. Maybe you're just bad at drawing hands. Maybe you don't understand composition. It doesn't matter what you're bad at. The point is that you need to be honest with yourself and discover your weaknesses. Take your best piece of art. Take that one piece of art that you're the most proud of, and in your head, mentally, just tear it apart. Look for its weaknesses. Artists are our own worst critics, supposedly. So criticize your own art. If you're an artist and you know what you hated most when you made it, that's always the thing that drives you crazy. That hand that we can't get right, that eye that's just a bit off, that pose that you can't get right. You may not tell anyone, but you know what you hated about that piece that you just spent hours on. You know that one part that drove you crazy, that part that you erased 10 times trying to get it right. Maybe you never got it right, maybe you still hated it when you finished it, but you got frustrated and quit and just moved on with the painting and finished it and called it done. Yeah, you know. We all know, we all have that feeling. So be honest with yourself and find out what that part is. Or you can submit that painting to a forum. Submit it on Facebook. There's Facebook groups. There's groups dedicated to criticizing art and sharing constructive criticism. Once you found out exactly what it is that you're bad at, where you need to improve, that's the hard part. The hard part's over. After that, all that you need to do is put in the effort to work on that. You need to sit down and decide, I am going to learn about blank. Set aside some time, get yourself into a good headspace, take a shower, eat dinner, get a coffee or a Coke, get some alone time, get some quiet time, turn on some music if that's what works for you, and then start to study it. Look up art books, look up tutorials on YouTube. A good channel is Proco or Walid Fagali from evident.com. There's plenty of them. That's just to name 2. Seek out material to learn about your weakness and consume it. After you've looked at books and watched some tutorials, practice what you saw. Don't feel bad if you have to go back and look at the books and tutorials multiple times. That's what they're there for. And you're using this time to learn and improve. You're investing in yourself, and there is no rush. Art is a journey, not a race, and improving takes time. An example of when I had to do this was when I was trying to learn how to paint armor better. I watched 3 or 4 different tutorials on how to paint armor, and I have 2 monitors, and I actually had Photoshop up on my primary monitor, and I had YouTube up on my secondary monitor, and I continually paused and hit play on these tutorials about how to paint armor as I was trying to figure out how to get shines right, how to get reflections right, how to get light and bounce light right. Armor is a completely reflective surface with lots of different values, and you have dark and light values side by side if you're doing it correctly. And I still don't consider myself good at it, but I came a long way by watching those videos, and I didn't figure it out by watching these videos one time. I seriously watched these videos 2 or 3 times a piece, and I would rewind, pause, and watch them again. You have to be patient with yourself. These things don't come quickly. Anyways, if you've stuck with me this far, I thank you. I hope my thoughts were of some value to you, and I wish you all good luck in your artistic journeys. Until next time.